quick movie review for Crime 101 with Mark Ruffalo, Halle Bailey, and Chris Hemsworth. So right off the bat, I did enjoy it. I liked it. I liked this movie. And I saw it in 4D, so it was nice to hear the rumbling in the seats, and the guy hits the puddle, you get the water splash. I like the character. Oh my god. So, and this actor, I recognize his face. It's got a lot of A-listers. I recognize his face. And what do you call? Oh my god, what was I gonna say about him? He's a very, his acting, he's a good actor. And but even I remember in the movie The Weeknd movie, he plays the kind of character feels sort of similar in this erratic, sort of off the chain, loose kind of guy, I guess. And you see the difference when he robs the jewelry store in Santa Monica. He's so sloppy. He's everywhere. He's all over the place. He's combative. There's no restraint. There's no calm with this guy. But he's also younger. He's like a 20-something. Chris Hemsworth is like a 30-something, And Hemsworth, the demeanors are totally different, right? He's more reserved, quiet. And then Mark Ruffalo, he's a detective. He notices a pattern with the crime, right? That these robberies, they're done in a sequence of people aren't getting hurt. People don't get hurt with some of these they're like high profile, not high profile necessarily, but like high, like very expensive items, not necessarily money, but something of very high value that's being transported, is being moved somewhere. And when it's taken, it's done without harming people, and then that was like a key characteristic. And I remember he says, when he said, "Oh, that's the 101 guy," right there, his partner said, "That's the 101 guy right there. You got him in the video." He's like, "No, that doesn't add up." He's like, "Oh, what is it?" Every single state, nobody got hurt, but now he's hurting people. It's not him, but I think he gets some sort of satisfaction knowing that he did catch him, this detective. That you can get like a scene of corruption firsthand in this film. We get the what do you call? Oh my god, what was I thinking of? We get what was I thinking in my head? The kid was a young kid that just robbed a store somewhere in LA, right? And because he's interested. Oh, maybe that's him. That's robbing this place, or it's a lead on somebody. No, it's just another guy that's robbing. And it was sloppy with it, but he had a gun, but it was in the bag. He never took it out. But the cop that shot him, he wants to save his ass. So he said, "Oh, he had the gun. He took the gun when he said, 'Hey, go cuff him.'" And he went to do the call on the walkie. He had taken the gun out, put it in the hand, and basically his supervisor, he says, like, "Sure, maybe it was corruption. You're probably not making this up, but when the going gets tough, we look out for each other." The cops have a hegemony, is that the word? They got each other's back through the corruption, basically, and this doesn't sit with him. This doesn't sit with Mark Ruffalo's character in that moment when he sees this happen. Doesn't sit well with him. But I don't remember how he got the diamonds, because we saw he got the counterfeit diamonds and he put them, because the girl's like, we get that stuff that's in the briefcase and put it in that safe before this guy gets here. I guess basically he's like, I do a little corruption myself, right? The kid gets killed, he's dead, and he says Hemsworth, "Hey, get out of here. The diamonds are still here. It's not stolen." And guess what? This crook is the guy. He's the 101. He's the frame 101 bandit. And what do you call? I think in my head. So he takes his one offer. He gets out of there. But what was I thinking of? I was thinking of something. The guy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure you get locked up for a long time," and he shuts it up real quick, just to say, like, you are illegally having them smuggled in here, and we already know you're doing bad things, you're doing illegal things, it is, and if you bring it up, this whole incident, then these people are gonna start digging into you and say, well, okay, well, what's he all about? do you want your fortune to disappear like that? And the girl is like, are you stupid? Can you just fucking cooperate with him? His fiance, his soon-to-be fiance, this woman that's much younger, way much younger. That Halle Berry's character, she sells like insurance to rich people. Tries to, right? She, what do you call? She mistaken her for the daughter. He mentions the word daughter, and okay, so he's got a kid. And he says, and I guess the daughter, I don't know if she lives at, I guess maybe she lives at the house. She comes by because he says, oh, look at the safe. And we know this guy likes to show off his guns. We know he likes to do this because when she goes back to the office, the guy's like, oh, did he show you the guns? Did he make you like shoot it too? But, we see this young woman come up and like, she says, oh, and we can get it for your daughter as well, right? And like, that's my fiance. But what was I thinking of? What was I thinking in my head? Chris Hemsworth's character. I like that when she says mysterious guy. He does. You have like this mysterious. He does, and he does a good job of when she said you don't look people in the eyes, and he does actually when you're talking with him. The character, he darts the eyes when he's withholding the truth. I want to say lying, but when he's withholding the truth, he's elusive about it, right? And I think he does a good job of playing this character that's sort of, he has a history. There's this old man. This is another thing I'm curious about because, and actually this old man, I guess he's like a head honcho mentor kind of guy, I guess. Because Chris Hemsworth steals the stuff. He's a thief. He steals. I don't know if I guess he's have to have a partnership. I want to say. I don't know. I don't think he's necessarily his boss, but I think they have some sort of partnership that he steals it and then he helps them. But it also seems like it goes deeper into that. Like he personally knows him. They have a sort of history together to some extent, and this history is on this basis of like, what do you call? He had done some things for him to help him get to the place that he is at today. And so when they had the falling out, it's like, oh, you ungrateful. But it's because because when we see in this heist that he does, he actually got shot at. He came close to death. And he doesn't shoot him back. He gets out of there and he's racing through the road. There's like no cops at all. Nobody's like, this car is racing through the road. Nobody's like, what the fuck? We're the police, right? But, we got more than one chase sequence, but what was I thinking of in my head with this film? Oh my god, what was I thinking of? And then the young guy with the blonde hair, blue eyes, I'm pretty sure it's dyed. It looks like it's dyed blonde hair for real. But I like the look though. I like it. But what do you call this gentleman? This old man, he knew his father actually, and in the film, it's revealed that he actually even knows his father, by the way, and he says like, your father before his demise, he had to do some things that were quite heinous, and this is an opportunity to see if you maybe can if you can push yourself further beyond what you're doing now. I guess maybe he was a little more low level kind of crook, and he gave an opportunity like you to take this job and see if you can push yourself further to do even more fucked up crazy shit, right? But instead of like maybe a low level kind of crook, I like that he's got this Google guy. Yeah, I like that he even calls him that. He's like the Google guy. We established that this is like guy that he's good with computers, hacking, getting information. He has his own run-in with the dude, like, and everybody, and then Halle Berry's character, and Mark Ruffalo, the cop, because she confides in the cop about what's happening, and she's like, will this save me from going to prison? And he's like, I'll be straight with you. You basically just admitted to this crime, but it's a happy ending, and then there's also this love plot that's in there too. So I guess somebody can watch this film and like, because you have kind of different plots, right? Three different main characters, and you also have this side little love plot. I think that's it, actually, really. I mean, kind of. I guess they have her work, and then we have his work, but this side little love plot thing is it's like for Chris Hemsworth's character, and it was kind of cute how he went about. He wanted to give her money originally, and she's like, "No, I have to do it through legal channels because like it's just not my car; it's my boss's car." But he texts her, "Hey, you want to go out on a date?" And she actually says yes. She actually says yes, which is like, I was like, whoa. Wait, actually said, I was thinking maybe it's too good to be true. I mean, it's gonna be a double agent, but no, she actually is just a regular person, and I guess she's like, oh, this guy looks good. It's she found him attractive. We know that from the first scene in the restaurant where she's like, I'm sitting with across this one that's like, she cuts herself short with it, but what do you call and she does fall for him, and we know he falls for her, but obviously he has this life of like stealing and guns, and it's just a dangerous life, is it, behind the way the money's being made. So we can't quite so I guess some people that can review the film, like movie critics, maybe they can say like, is it too busy? Does it mesh the scenes well enough that it doesn't feel, how do you call, like, because it's like a balance, right? How to, but I liked it. I thought it was stitched together. It kept me. This movie's like 2 hours, 19 minutes, and like I said to my friend, because I went to see it with a friend, I didn't feel the runtime in this film, which is like, I was like, let's see how good this film is. If you're not feeling the vibe of the film, if it feels slow, like, because it's a long movie, then you're gonna feel that runtime. But I didn't feel it with this film. I felt it paced along well. I want to start driving, get out of here. It's raining. Yeah, it was a nice movie. I liked it. Crime 101. Thank you for listening.